Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamna Tira Vanachari. Yamna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Radhe. Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Subhadramai Jaya Sudarshana. Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Gurudev. गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमान हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय. गौर प्रेमानंदे. भगवद गीता की भगवत भागवतम श्रीमद्-भागवतम की जय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये. नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकीं. कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः. नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्घ्रये. Hare Krishna. Welcome all to this morning Bhagavatam session at ISKCON Attapur. I seek blessings of all Vaishnavas. So now the discussion is going on Canto 3, Chapter. Sorry? Yeah. Canto 3, Chapter 1 and Text 19 we are discussing. The Canto 3 titled as the status quo, the meaning that keep maintaining the existing status of anything, especially regarding social or political. That is the dictionary meaning. So anybody no one wants to go down, actually want to maintain at least some status. So that is the meaning of this one. Then chapter is questions by Vidura. Vidura met Maitreya Muni. Then today text 19 is about Vidura went to meet Maitreya. He is left Hastinapur, and Vidura performed his duties to please the Supreme Lord Hari. So his occupation was pure and independent. He was constantly sanctified by taking his bath in holy places, although he was in the dress of a mendicant and like Avadota, it's been mentioned, and had no hair dressing nor bed on which to sleep, and he was always unseen by his various relatives. Of course, he was in traveling in forest jungles. So let us recite the sloka. गां पर्यटन्मेद्य विविक्तवृत्तिः सदाप्लुतोऽधः शयनोऽवधूतः अलक्षितः स्वैरवधूतवेषो व्रतानि चेरे हरितोषणानि गां पर्यटन्मेद्य विविक्तवृत्तिः सदाप्लुतोऽधः शयनोऽवधूतः अलक्षितः स्वैरवधूतवेषो व्रतानि चेरे हरितोषणानि गां पर्यटन्मेद्य विविक्तवृत्तिः सदाप्लुतोऽधः शयनोऽवधूतः अलक्षितः स्वैरवधूतवेषो व्रतानि चेरे हरितोषणानि. You can repeat me. गां पर्यटन्मेद्य विविक्तवृत्तिः सदाप्लुतोऽधः शयनोऽवधूतः अलक्षितः स्वैरवधूतवेषो व्रतानि चेरे हरितोषणानि. गां पर्यटन्मेद्य विविक्तवृत्तिः सदाप्लुतोऽधः शयनोऽवधूतः अलक्षितः स्वैरवधूतवेषो व्रतानि चेरे हरितोषणानि. गां पर्यटन्मेद्य विविक्तवृत्तिः सदाप्लुतोऽधः शयनोऽवधूतः अलक्षितः स्वैरवधूतवेषो व्रतानि चेरे हरितोषणानि. Prabhu, try all the languages are there. Try. No, not many people. Start somewhere today. गां पर्यटन्मेद्य विविक्तवृत्तिः वेषो तोषणानि. Prabhu, what about you? गां पर्यटने विविक्तवृत्तिः अलक्षितः स्वैरवधूतवेषो व्रतानि चेरे हरितोषणानि. Anybody? Mataji is कोई say करेंगे? Let us do. Sorry. Word to word meaning. Gam, earth. Paryatan, traversing. Medya, pure. Vivikta vrittihi, independent occupation for living. Sada, always. Aplutaha, sanctified. Adaha, on the earth. Sayanaha, lying. Avadhutaha, without dressing of the hair and etc. alakshitaha, without being seen, swai, by his relatives, avadota veshaha, dressed like a mendicant, vratani, vows, sire, performed, haritoshanani, that pleased the Lord. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. While so traversing the earth, he simply performed duties to please the Supreme Lord Hari. His occupation was pure and independent. He was constantly sanctified by taking his bath in holy places, although he was in the dress of a mendicant and had no hair dressing nor a bed on which to lie. Thus he was always unseen by his various relatives. Let us read it together. While so traversing the earth, he simply performed duties to please the Supreme Lord Hari. His occupation was pure and independent. He was constantly sanctified by taking his bath in holy places. Although he was in the dress of a mendicant and had no hair dressing nor a bed on which to lie. Thus he was always unseen by his various relatives. Purport. The first and foremost duty of a pilgrim is to satisfy the Supreme Lord Hari. While traveling as a pilgrim, one should not be worried about pleasing society. There is no need to depend on social formalities or occupation or dress. One should remain always absorbed in the function of pleasing the Lord. Thus, sanctified by thought and action, one is able to realize the Supreme Lord by the process of a pilgrim's journey. Om Agnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chekshurunlitam Nena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunadhanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padhan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhanvitamsha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Satarine He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dena Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaura Vrindavaneshwari Rushabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha krupa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Welcome you all today, this morning, Bhagavatam session. So I seek blessings of all Vaishnavas who are present here, like all seniors here, and also maybe some of them watching who has got the addiction to see the Bhagavatam classes at ISKCON Attapur online. So I seek all blessings from you all. Without that, so I can't speak anything. So whatever I have taken from Prabhupada's teachings on all senior Vaishnavas. So I captured in many slides. So my slides are speaks louder than my words. So let us see. Let us get into the topic. Actually, let us go back to, we have completed, we have reached to Canto 3, just chapter 1. So, chronological order, Canto 1, Canto 2, various chapters. Now, Canto 3, we are start discussing the status quo, questions being asked by Vidura to Maitreya. So many slokas we have completed till now. So, just for us to have done so many slokas. So, out of how many? 18,000? 16,000? Bhagavatam? Yeah, 18,000. So let us recap. So, from this chapter, what happened is Vidura left Hastinapura to meet Maitreya Rishi. Pandava's house is like Vrindavan, Prabhupada writes, where Krishna stays long time there, he always stays. So, wherever Krishna is there, so that is Vrindavan. So, and questions and answers happening various levels. So, various different people will ask at different levels because they are at different conscious levels. So, everything, whole world is questions and answers. Prabhupada writes everywhere. Even Bhagavatam beginning also, the day starts with even the birds chirping, asking some questions. What is that? Where to go to eat today? Something like that maybe. So many everywhere questions and answers in the schools, colleges, even the assembly, parliament. Of course, they do fighting also. So and everywhere. So in the courts, lawyers. So all the questions and answers. So in the whole world, questions and answers happening. Prabhupada writes many places. All this mentions. Okay. Then after that, different levels of people. Where is karma is for pleasing the senses of the performer. And karma yoga is for satisfying the Krishna's senses. So this is the point wonderfully Prabhupada mentioned in his one of the purposes. Spiritual blindness is worse than the physical blindness. People have, sometimes you say he is blind, But there are people who have eyes, but they don't have, to see the God and to do any worship to the Lord. So Prabhupada especially talking about Dhritarashtra, because though he is blind, but he can do a lot of good things, but he failed to do things, So especially he did a lot of harm to the Pandavas, where Krishna was supporting. So Dhritarashtra would have done. So that is why Prabhupada is mentioning here, spiritual blindness is worse than the physical blindness. The spiritual master of the entire universe accepted the duty of a messenger for peace mission. So Krishna went to as a peace messenger to Kaurava Sabha, though he has been insulted very heavily by this Duryodhana and the team, the Dushta Chatushtayam, 4 people. In fact, they want to tie Krishna also, right? Then Krishna shown his Virat Rupa also there. Then all universal power was behind the Pandavas, as Krishna was with them, Of course, so one should understand Krishna was with them, Supreme Lord with Pandavas, so they have whole power. So Dhritarashtra maintaining a non-devotee of Krishna. So Prabhupada is writing, so because Krishna is not a devotee, even the Krishna is in front of him, he insulted, he is not treated him like Supreme Lord. Giving good counsel to a foolish person causes the fool to become angry, just as feeding milk to a snake only increases its venomous poison. So a pure devotee of the Lord is never perturbed by an awkward position created by the external energy of the Lord. Prakrute Krimana. So this is a sloka mentioning Prabhupada, especially mentioning about Vidura. Vidura didn't perturb, even though Duryodhana insulted him like anything, son of a maid servant, so many abusing words, Still the Vidura took it, is all happening due to Prakriti Kriman, that is Bhagavad Gita sloka. He relieved from the tribulation, so he left the whole kingdom and went to forest. Took the shelter of holy pilgrimage, Lord's lotus. All the pilgrimages, they're like Lord's lotus feet, So Prabhupada also mentions one of the sloka there. Various, the Prabhu also mentioning, I think 17th or 18th sloka. So various pilgrimage places, so where you can visit the Archa Murtis, all the Mathura, Vrindavan, all these places. where thousands of transcendental forms of the Lord are situated. Travel alone to holy places like Ayodhya, Dwaraka and Mathura. Just thinking of only Krishna, nothing else. So this was the background of this one. Then actually we are in Bhagavatam classes happening, but we are discussing more of Mahabharatam. So, so philosophy of Mahabharatam being discussed. Even earlier also, I think Canto 2 or 1, we discuss long discussion, most of the Mahabharata things like Aswadhama and so many things, So, so Prabhupada writes like, Mahabharata is like elementary school thing, then Bhagavatam is like, high school, higher classes, then Chaitanya Charitamrita is for PhD, like, so university and college level, post graduation studies, so different things, different levels. But still now we are going back and discuss Mahabharata while discussing Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. So we are, because Mahabharata is last time I think who was mentioning, Mahabharata when you are people reading it will like a storyline, people read like a story. Now we are discussing more on philosophy, deep about the individual people of their levels of consciousness, how they are dealing with Supreme Lord like Krishna, how they are like especially Vidura, Bhishmadeva and all, how they are dealing with Krishna Bhagwan. Whereas other Duryodhana party, they don't even consider, Krishna as Supreme Lord. So just for that, just I try to capture different levels, maybe on my own. So because Mahabharata deals more of a philosophical and little devotional matters also. It Sri Radha Madhava ki jai, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maya ki jai, Gaunitai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata, so where Krishna and Arjuna discussing in the battlefield more of karma, dharma and all those things. Okay. Actually Mahabharata discuss more of Purusharthas, like, what is that Purusharthas? Dharmartha, Kama, Mokshas. But beyond that is the fifth one is like, spiritual devotional service, beyond that. So otherwise, all those only four things are doing, it will be more of a material platform. So one has to rise himself to the spiritual platform. Otherwise, if you remain only there. So by taking Bhagavad Gita, that is the gist of the spiritual things, like why we have to do devotional service, tells about the Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita. So let us go back to like, even though Vidura is, son of maid servant, but he is the he's a wonderful, very intelligent and very knowledgeable. He is doing a lot of devotional service, because many people think that, one is coming from, like what is called lineage, coming from a higher kingdom and king's sons and all that. But even though Duryodhana coming like that, even like Dhritarashtra, coming from this very advanced kingdom like Kuruvamsha, but still from there he started falling actually. But see the Vidura, though he has the son of a maid servant, but how intelligent, how he is, devotional. And so simply by having birth, that is not enough, but one has to cultivate the things, to have the spiritual essence, spiritual things in one, to have that. Otherwise, his life is like, it will be like a Duryodhana, etc. So if you go back, how these, you must know, I don't want to spend a lot of time, like Bhishmadeva has given the, because when this Vichitravirya died, because there is no lineage to happen for this Kuru dynasty, then Satyavati went and discussed with Bhishmadeva, so what to do and all. Then Bhishmadeva has given certain examples in the past, people who have the widows or who not begetting children, they can get the children through a Brahmin. So to to follow the lineage and to take care of the kingdom, that is important. Otherwise, the social order will disturbed. So in those cases, Bhishma has given certain example. Then Satyavati satisfied with that. Then that he called. Satyavati called Vyasadeva. Then Vyasadeva beget children from Ambika, Ambalika, and all those things. So let's not get into that. So from there you get Dhritarashtra, then Pandu Maharaj, then Vidura. Actually, this type of process is mentioned. I was trying to read one place. I don't know in English, Sanskrit, I didn't get it. There is something called Niyogam. So this is called a process where Shastra has accepted people who have any widows or people who cannot beget children to continue their lineage. It is they have given this process through a Brahmin. It can be get it done. So I found this information, but I don't know whether it is found anywhere else. I didn't see, but from Telugu one I have put it in translation. So it is possible to take care of the social requirement and so to kingdom to continue some economical and social requirements. So that is accepted. So this is one of the point. So that is why actually some people may criticize so many things happened like who are all those things but that is why Shastra has given approved that this process. So that way for the people who don't understand why such people are there in the kingdom, so to give a satisfactory reply. So this point is there in the Shastras. So actually, though Vidura coming from a very pious family, so pious, it is not enough. Prabhupada mentions that due to piousness, he has got so many possessions. So though all those, because piousness, he got past life credits, he has got so many due to that. So he has got so many positions. He is born in a kingdom where he has got lot of facilities to use under his this one. So that is not enough actually. So of course those are all material benefits. To get better them those piousness and possessions, so one has to do a devotional service. If you add on the devotional service, otherwise it is a purely material platform, which is temporary. Like material world is temporary. So even though so much Vedic knowledge given, that is really Pravritti Marg. So in the Pravritti Marg, Prabhupada mentions it takes very long time. There is a dangerous things, you may not even continue also, we may fall down also. Even if somebody is successful, it takes very, very, very long time. So like Prabhupada gives going through a steps to going a 50th floor or even 50 even bigger apartments going there. So, but Nivritti Marg, where you take the lift like things. So that is the spiritual plane where you do all the spiritual activities, straight away get into spiritual things. So where Vidura is performed all these devotional activities by knowing all the Shastras, he followed the Dharma, all the Dharma he followed, and he is always with Pandavas, he supported, even though he is in the company of Kauravas, Duryodhana, etc. So he always followed the Dharma, he take up the Dharma. If you don't follow the Dharma, so all our piousness will one day will finish it off. Like we have the sloka, Kshine Punya Matya Loka Vishanti. So you have to fall down, even you are in a Swargaloka, what all are pious points we have, it will be finished. So to top up that, one has to continue doing the spiritual activities. When you are following Dharma, etc., you get the protection from the Lord. Lord gives, see, Lord has protected always Pandavas. See, Pandavas always followed the path of Dharma. So for that Dharma, so he has been protected by Lord Krishna. So they are under the protection of Krishna. So ultimately they won the battle, Kurukshetra. So they reached to higher always, the outcome was wonderful for them. So even though Kauravas have the 11 Akshohinis, this one military. So this is the one where we have, even though we have so many credits, one day they will be complete. Where they have thus enjoyed vast heavenly sense pleasures, and the results of their pious activities are exhausted, and they return to this mortal planet again. Thus, so that is why even though someone says he is having very wonderful life, but so that is not enough unless you have to support it by spiritual this one. So Prabhupada mentioned in that after completing all our this one papa etc. Yesham twantagatam papam jananam purikarmanam te dvanda moha nirmukta bhajante maam dridvata. Persons who acted piously in previous lives and this life, and whose sinful actions are completely eradicated, are freed from the dualities of delusion, and they engage themselves in my service with determination. That is where the devotees who have completed their all their papa karmas, and they will get into devotional service. So simply Prabhupada mentions simply having all these, no, not this one, I'll go to next circle. In the translation what writes, while so traversing the earth, they simply performed duties. So Vidura has performed all his duties, like daily duties. Prabhupada also mentions taking bath daily, like every devotee should take daily 3 times the bath, so at least 2 times he mentioned. So all the things, like when Prabhupada was there in America, the devotees followed his instructions. I heard in New Vrindavan, where is very cold, 6 months is very cold time. So their devotees, even mornings, they used to take cold bath, like ice used to be there. One Prabhu was mentioning, they used to collect ice, literally ice, there is no water, They used to bring ice cubes, they used to crush to make it water. And so they used to take bath with that water, like almost cold water, 0 degrees maybe water. So we have haters, etc. nowadays. But they used to take cold water bath. So they used to follow. Oh my God. So, of course, there are in Himalayas, etc. You can see there are so many sadhus. They go take bath in those things. But of course, some places we have seen hot water springs. We took last time, which 2 places where that we went to Kedarnath, in Badrinath also, right? Yeah. So hot water springs, we took hot water. So, but people used to take cold water. So to follow the all the principles of this one Vedic principles. So to want to maintain pure, of course, taking bath is purify us externally, but we have to get purified internally also. So how to do that Chito Darpana Marjanam by doing the chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So that is what it cleanses us. Like when you want to clean things, there are different process for different things to clean, different materials to clean, like iron, etc. If they are rusted, we have to clean with some, oil like kerosene, petrol, etc. We clean. Then our clothes gets dirty, then you put washing powder, all those things. So different things, like even gold, silver, they becomes this one contaminated. Then they will put in the fire, they will burn it, and again bring back into its purity. So like that, for every element there is a process of cleaning. For our body, we do take bath, for mind, so we have to think good and clean our mind with by doing good things. But for our soul, how to clean? By Prabhupada has given our Shastras, given us to, chant the holy name. So by doing so, our, because of course soul never gets contaminated, but it is been, covered with all these materials, but the soul never mixed with anything. So soul can, you have read the sloka that you can never, you can't cut into pieces, you cannot wash, so many things are there. So, but it is been covered with the material things, so we have to wash all those things to cleanse dust and to bring its original realization of the soul level. So we have to do this chanting. So here Prabhupada mentions that Vidura, he has not done his hair dressing. I don't know, hope there is, those days people were not using any beauty parlors, etc. So, but still, nowadays people use beauty parlors. But Vidura didn't, so he didn't even comb his hair, etc. So he is like mendicant, like Avadhuta he is mentioning. So Prabhupada writes there are different type of stories of Avadhosas we have studied, like Gopakumar, one of the Avadhuta, right? He is also, Jadabharat is there. Gopakumar story also, like he is also like Avadhuta, right? Okay, no, I read through Bhaktichar Swami Maharaj, one of the teachings, like he is going from one place to one place, so he is also like that, I don't know, yeah. So yeah, Jadabharat, etc., like Avadhuta, they didn't bother about their physical facilities, so they are always chanting Krishna. In Bhagavatam, we read some, I think chapter 2, there are places why you need to have the pillows when you have your hands to use it, like, for this, the enlightened person should endeavor only for the minimum necessities of life, while in the world of names, he should be intelligently fixed and never endeavor for unwanted things, being competent to pursue practically that all such endeavors are merely hard labor for nothing, So when there are ample earthly flats to lie on, what is the necessity of cots and beds? When one can use his own arms, what is the necessity of pillows? When one can use the palms of his hands, what is the necessity of varieties of utensils? When there is a simple covering or the skins of trees, what is the necessity of clothing? Are there no torn clothes lying on the common road? Do the trees which exist for maintaining others no longer give alms in charity? Do the rivers being dried up no longer supply water to the thirsty? Are the caves of the mountains now closed? Or above all, does the Almighty Lord not protect the fully surrendered souls? Why then do the land sages go to flatter those who are intoxicated by a hard earned wealth? So these are the coming in Canto 2 and chapter 2, 3, text 3 and 5. So I and Radha Prabhu used to discuss sometimes with this sloka, when you have the hands wide, you need pillows. I don't remember, I don't know, Prabhu. So like this, so simple life, for the simple life, but now we are accustomed to so many advanced things, so to keep our life comfortable. So, but maybe those may be applicable those days. But today, of course, now I can see brahmacharis, etc., sleep on floor with maybe mats, etc. Yeah, this is some sort of doing things, simplicity. So ultimately, But ultimately our aim is to remember Krishna always. It doesn't matter, even though we can use some facilities, doesn't matter. But ultimately, the supreme occupation for all humanity is that which men can attain to loving devotional service unto the transcendental Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted to completely satisfy the self. Rendering devotional service unto personal Godhead, Sri Krishna, one immediately acquires causeless knowledge and detachment. So when you have this devotional service, then we will be slowly able to detach from our the material things, which we can see practically happens. Many devotees here. So like if you compare like most of our devotees who have studied IITs, NITs, etc. They can go and work big companies. They earn a lot of money. They can facilities. The aim of people going to IITs, to go and work, take up big jobs. Their aim, they always, okay, I will go this company. My annual income will be this much. They plan, I will buy this plot. They have plans, Like, we can see there are so many friends of Radha Prabhu, my friends, I can see they are all, their aim is only big earnings, etc. But but in our ISKCON, you can see all those, they have given up all those things. They're dedicated their life, simple life, and high thinking. So like that is the devotee's mind like that. Otherwise, one is in material life. They are always hankering for the higher facilities, like always air conditioner, cars, like luxury apartments, etc. So many crores of rupees, they're spending. Like, they don't have time even to eat, actually, they're spending. Like last time, His Holiness Bhakti Padma Saurava Pracharaka Swami Maharaj was mentioning in our one of the class in our house. He's literally chastised some of the IT professionals. After that, they felt, like, why you have to work like that, like so much, what for? So, like that. So, yeah, people are, even they don't have time to take care of their family. They don't have time to do devotional service. Why don't you take up small jobs, to give time for the doing devotional service, or otherwise simply working so many hours, putting, even working people, I don't know, sometimes if you think for whom they work also. One person works for his boss works for his boss, and this company works for some other company, that company works for some other company, So it happens like that. If you go, it's a chain action, like if you think and sit and for whom I am working, so it happens like that. Once some devotees in our earlier one, I was working 5-6 years back. Two devotees who were working like, we were discussing like that only. I am working, my boss, like that. This come out actually. If you really sit and think, this is what happens. Like, even one company is working what for? To satisfy some company. So like that is a chain reaction. And people who come to that level, they cannot stop. Because some prestige. So even though you want to stop and relax, but he cannot relax. So no, I have started this much company. So many employees are now depend on me. Now if I close this company, what will happen to this? So many sort of people will think like that. So it is once started, like a roller movement, like it is that roller. Roller is rolling, like that, it happens, They don't go back, very difficult, So that is why whenever, not only doing things, even when the following dharma also, sometimes even the smallest deviation, like one day, Sachinandan Hari Prabhu was mentioning, like suppose our target is like that, to reach that place. So we have to straight line, we have to reach that, our goal target. Oh, okay, small thing, okay, I will, little deviation. That small thing, deviation here, while going, we will deviate so much actually. Like if you see very tall buildings, the error, they should not, even the smallest error cannot be tolerated. Some 100 floors, 200 floor buildings are there, the error, when they calculate how much vertical this one, the error should not be as minimum as possible. If you are making only 5 to 6 floors, okay, small error is okay, little, one mic, I don't know, engineering, civil engineers can tell. So that little deviation is okay. But when constructing very tall building, the error should be as minimum, almost zero actually, zero tolerance. So same way, even when we are following, our target is to reach Golok Vrindavan, right? So Golok Vrindavan is here, like this line. So if you slightly deviate little small things, even any of our sense gratification, if you start little bit, so after 1 year, we are somewhere far away actually. So we are away from this one. So we have to come back to the original, to like the rail track, rail track is, train will be only going that. The roads are different, you will think maybe Google Map, if you put it, will take us somewhere else. So, but that is why, every activity what we are doing, so it has to be in line with our what Prabhupada has given us to follow, like regulative principles and 16 rounds chanting, so all those things, and doing the seva, all those things. So sometimes we are little bit lazy, some trying to deviate, so we will deviate from that. So the point is, I'm trying to make here that, so we have to, like all these acharyas, all these avadhotas, how they have followed, so they gives us direction, like where we are, and how to we put ourselves into the track, so to meet our ultimate target actually. So that is how our following these things. What else? I've covered more things. Yeah, actually, in this sloka it is coming. One word is coming. Which sloka? Vivakta Vrittihi. Vivakta Vrittihi, Prabhupada written, what is the meaning? Vivakta, independent. Independent, so Prabhupada written meaning. Where is that meaning? Synonym. Yeah, second line. Yeah. Vivikta Vritti, independent occupation is mentioned. So similarly, there is similar word came, Vivikta Desa Sevitvam. So there it is a Prabhupada mentioning about it is a, what is mentioned, Vivikta Desa, solitary place. So that is, so like where it is mentioned about Bhagavad Gita, 13 point, here it is coming, Vivekta Desa Sevitvam, Aratihi Jana Samsati. If you take this Amanitvam, Adambitvam, Ahimsa, Kshanti Rajyavam, Acharyo Pasanam, Saucham, Stairyam, Atma Vinigraha, Indriyadheshu Vairagyam, Anahankara Evacha, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi, Dukkha Doshanu Darshanam, Asaktir, Anabhiswangaha, Putra Dara Gruhadishu, Nityam cha Samachittatvam, Ishtanishtopapatishu, Maicha Ananya Yogena, Bhaktivi, Avyabhicharini, Vivakta Desa Sevitvam, Aratihi, here it is Vivakta Desa Sevitvam, Aratiri Jana Samsadi, Adhyatma Jnana Nityatvam, Tattva Jnanarda Darshanam, Etat Jnanamidi Proktam, Ajnanam Yat Ataha Anyada. So Krishna has given the list, what is knowledge, about knowledge. Unless we have knowledge, we cannot follow what is good, what is bad. So we need to have the knowledge. So in this, Krishna has given list of knowledge items. So if you have, this is the knowledge. Anything other than this list is ajnan. Ajnanam yat ataha anyada. Anything other than this, ajnan. So if you see, these are all the characteristics of a real devotee. Humility, pridelessness, non-violence, tolerance, simplicity, approaching a bona fide spiritual master, cleanliness, steadiness, self-control, renunciation of the objects of sense gratification, absence of false ego, the perception of the evil of birth, death, old age and disease, detachment, freedom from entanglement with children, wife, home and the rest, even-mindedness and pleasant and unpleasant events, constant and unalloyed devotion to me, aspiring to live in a solitary place, detachment from the general mass of people, accepting the importance of self-realization and the philosophical search for the absolute truth, all these I declare to be knowledge, and besides this, whatever there may be is ignorance. It is clearly, so whenever we want to do anything, no, we have to carry this list, no, am I doing, so we have to search, is this following part, taking the part of this list or not? Otherwise, we are doing things in ignorance, So if you see, like Vidura is having all these things, is following all these things, this list actually. So that is why if anybody, if you take Duryodhana, none of he follows. He is totally out of track. So it tells. So it's a checklist for us. Whenever we want to, really do check. Sometimes people ask some questions. Can I do? Can I not do this? So simply first take this list. Whether is it following in this list? Okay, it is following. Then we are right. If you are not in this list, yes, it is ignorance. It is ajnan. So if you don't understand, then you can approach someone and ask, yes, can I do it or not? So this is very clearly mentioned. So because this is the one which gives us the direction to follow. Ultimately, the occupation duty, it is mentioned in the Bhagavatam 1:28, the occupational activities a man performs according to his own position are only so much useless labor if they do not provoke attraction for the message of the personality of Godhead. So what are all we are doing? So if it is in favor of bhakti, then we can do. If it is not in favor of doing bhakti, so we have to reject. This is what we have read in all our teachings. So not only that checklist, even ourselves can track our things. Like I don't know, few days back, who was mentioning like whether we are in a track or not to check. We have to check once in a while, where we are leading to that this one. Especially we have to check that how we are following four regulative principles, how we are doing our chanting, how we are, are we doing chanting properly or not, and are we reading Prabhupada books or not. Recently, when I was in Ujjain, there was one of the class by our Dwarka president, what is his name? Amoglela Prabhu was mentioning the book reading, like he said, they used to have a group actually. They used to make a group to read books. Don't try to make big time. You start with daily 10 minutes only. You start reading 10 minutes like this. Or maybe particular time, maybe 4 or 5 people together start 10 minutes. Maybe you can increase to half an hour. That 1 week, that half an hour you make it, as a group, discuss, read, everybody read and come and discuss. Maybe 1 hour, maybe once in a month, you do a marathon, 4, 5, 6 hours. You go somewhere else, you read Bhagavad Gita, this chapter fully, on that top subject, So then only what all we read every day, 10 minutes or, 1 weekly, half an hour something. So in a month sometime you have to go away, 4 hours, 5 hours, you have to do a marathon. Then what all we read, we can remember things, Then only, so like that, then if you do like that, then only we can progress. So he was giving wonderful point there actually. So just I want to raise this. So it's the time now. So I try to cover a few points. So if anybody wants to add anything or any points to discuss in the form of a question or something, is welcome. Hare Krishna. Please add something.
Nice class, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, when we say that, why do we work?
Sorry?
Somebody work for somebody and someone
Yeah.
work for somebody like that. Why do we need to work so much? Yeah, that's fine. I know that. But Krishna also tells in 3rd chapter, right? There is no prescribed duty for me, but still I work to set an example for the people.
Krishna.
Right. So Krishna is also doing, and all creation, they are also involved in some of the duties to make the creation activities. So the duties are there, people are working, demigods are working, everyone is working. So when we say, why do we need to work, leave everything and then, so how to understand that? I mean, somebody got some prescribed duty, somebody has some materialistic duty, some spiritual duty. There are some duties based on the desires, but work is there. I mean, completely renounce that is also the sannyasi and all, but work is there.
Yeah. No, point is not that just to leave it. So because we are working too much actually. So to take care of something, we need to work only that much. No need to work too much actually. It is happening too much actually. The point is happening too much actually. Without working also can live. If one can live, because so that is the point. Krishna given whole sort of thing. Because there are people lived, without people left. Now they are living happily. So people left everything. They are living very happily. There are examples. Maybe Prabhu can add.
पीपल वर्किंग टू मच ऐसा बोलते हैं, बट जब नौकरी में ज्वाइन कर रहे तो हमारे हाथ में नहीं रहता है कितना काम आता है, कब कितना काम करना रहता है. सो वी आर गिवन आवर सेल्फ टू द कंपनी एंड देन ऐसा कोई इतना ही काम करूँगा मैं, उसके बाद मैं घर जाऊँगा, ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते हैं. कभी कभी मैं जब जॉब करते समय कई लोग बोलते थे यू वर्क ओनली 4 hours ना, टेक ऑफ द सैलरी. ऐसा कोई नौकरी नहीं देते हैं. मैं जस्ट 3 घंटा काम करता हूँ, देन यू डोंट हैव टू वर्क. आई मीन मे बी कहीं ट्यूशन वगैरह बोलना पड़ेगा. सो क्या सोल्यूशन है पता नहीं, आप कैसे समझाएंगे उसको. वर्क ज़्यादा नहीं करना है बोले तो थोड़ी हमारा हाथ में रहते हैं, हमारा हाथ में नहीं रहते हैं.
Yes, there are many. Depends upon like how much salary you are taking. See, they depend upon that.
नहीं, सैलरी एंड काम के कभी रिलेशन नहीं रहता है. प्लीज़ अंडरस्टैंड. सैलरी ज़्यादा दिया तो ज़्यादा काम करना रहता है, ऐसा नहीं रहता है. इधर बहुत सारे लेबरर्स काम करते हैं, बहुत मेहनत करना रहते हैं. ऑफकोर्स कोई सिंसियर है तो एक्चुअली बहुत मेहनत करना रहता है, बट ही विल गेट मे बी 1000 rupees a day. जनरली सिंसियर नहीं होते हैं, 2 घंटा 3 घंटा ऐसा ही वो लोग समय निकालते हैं. बट कितना काम करना है ऐसा पैसा और उसका रिलेशन नहीं रहता है. एंड एज यू सेड विविक्त देश
सेवित्वम.
सो ये सब अज्ञान के कारण है. सो अलग अलग लेवल ऑफ अज्ञान के लिए अलग अलग काम करना पड़ेगा. जैसे एक डायमंड को काटने के लिए दूसरा डायमंड का ज़रूरत है, ऐसा. सो इफ़ समवन इज़ वर्किंग फॉर द सेक ऑफ प्यूरिफिकेशन देन इज़ नॉट ए प्रॉब्लम. डिलीवरेंस हो जाएगा उनका. मगर अटैचमेंट से काम किया, काम करने में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. अटैचमेंट से किया फंस जाएगा. तो ज़्यादा काम करें कम काम करें. कई लोग मस्त आराम करते हैं, वेरी लिटिल वर्क they'll just delegate. सब डेलीगेट करते हैं. सो बट आसक्ति है तो ही विल गेट कॉट. अगर अनासक्त हो के कितना भी काम करे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. हाँ. सो देन ऑटोमेटिकली व्हेन ही बिकम्स मैच्योर्ड, व्हेन ही इज जब जैसे जैसे वो परिपक्व होते हैं वैसे वैसे वो काम भी निकल जाएगा उनसे। अगर काम करेगा तो भी वो काम नॉर्मल काम नहीं होता है, दैट विल बी लाइक ट्रांसेंडेंटल वर्क। सो हम बोलना कभी कभी किसी को कन्विंस करने में ज़्यादा काम नहीं करना है, ये है वो बोलते हैं, बट बहुत इंडिपेंडेंट है। भक्ति स्पेशली इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ ऑल दीज थिंग्स, ऐसा मेरे को लगता है।
थैंक यू प्रभु। एनी पॉइंट मे बी?
अगर काम भी नहीं किया तो लोग पागल हो जाएंगे। अगर इफ इज नॉट एंगेज्ड then he'll go mad. So you need some engagement. How we get engaged depends on the level of contamination, the conditioning, and we don't know. हमारा हाथ में भी नहीं है। So वो सब कॉम्बिनेशन का इफेक्ट है हमारे ऊपर। भौतिक संसार में रहते समय कोई भी हो, नहीं कश्चित क्षणमपि जात, एक क्षण भी आप काम करके बिना नहीं रह सकते हैं। तो ज़्यादा काम का सवाल ही नहीं आया। तो सब लोग ज़्यादा ही परिश्रम कर रहे हैं इस भौतिक संसार में, बट कई लोग इस संसार से बाहर जाने के लिए काम करते हैं। कई लोग भाव विह्वल होके, विह्वल मीन्स दे विल फॉरगेट अबाउट देमसेल्व्स and their real identity, and then they'll just work and they expect some result and in anticipation of enjoyment. वो बड़ा गड़बड़ है। बट बुद्धिमान वो कभी एक्सपेक्ट नहीं करते हैं। सो रूप गोस्वामी, सनातन गोस्वामी ऑल्सो दे डिड वंडरफुल वर्क व्हेन दे वर विद द किंग। ऐसा नहीं वो लोग काम नहीं किया, बट व्हेन द टाइम केम they could able to give up everything just like that. So devotees का भी ऐसा ही काम करते, जैसे में अच्छा करना है, सिंसियरली करना है। जब समय आया, कुछ आदेश आया हायर अथॉरिटी से, छोड़ने के लिए तैयार हो। छोड़ के बिना काम करके तो नहीं रह सकते, वापस और कुछ काम करेंगे, बट दैट इज मे बी सर्विस टू द लॉर्ड। सो दे आर रियल इंटेलिजेंस। अभी मेरे को माता जी एक कोट भेजी थी, चंद्रमुखी माता जी। आई विल रीड दैट।
मेरे लिए
फर्स्ट क्लास मैन इज लेजी इंटेलिजेंट, ही नोज द वैल्यू ऑफ लाइफ एंड सोबरली ही इज थिंकिंग जस्ट लाइक ऑल अवर ग्रेट सेंटली पर्सन्स। दे वर लिविंग इन द फॉरेस्ट, मेडिटेशन, तपस्या एंड राइटिंग बुक्स। ऑल यू विल फाइंड लेजी इंटेलिजेंट, दे आर फर्स्ट क्लास मैन। सो हम भी धीरे धीरे ऐसा बने। अभी फर्स्ट क्लास मैन है क्या? नहीं है, हम तो थर्ड क्लास है। तो थर्ड क्लास के लिए थर्ड क्लास का काम दिया गया है, करो। एंड जब फर्स्ट क्लास मैन बन जाएगा तब गोस्वामी जैसे जंगल में रह के बुक्स लिखते रह सकते हैं।
What is she asked me yesterday?
Morning walk में
one of the quiz, lazy and intelligent, one word has to find. What is that word?
Actually, she sent me lazy intelligent.
Yeah, lazy intelligent. It should be one.
Or intelligent lazy.
I don't know what she asking actually. It should be only one word.
She sent me for translation of Telugu. That's why I got it.
No, she asked me actually. I don't know, some quiz contest they wanted. Lazy and intelligent. One word, I don't know from anywhere.
Vivekavantudaina somari.
Huh?
Vivekavantudaina somari.
No, it should be one word. Should be one word. I don't know. She asked me. I just didn't find. Anything else, Prabhu? Nityanand Prabhu. Can give your experience. You visited so many Tirtha Yatras. You went, no? Where is it? Haridwar? What all places you went? Maybe you can, because now Tirtha Yatra only going on. Vidura went to all the Tirtha Stalas visiting. Haridwar, you went Haridwar? Yeah.
Vidura also went to north.
Yeah.
And Madhvacharya also went to north along with his disciples. So like that, so many in Bhagavatam, like Pariksit Maharaj also went to north. So like we also went to north. So Sritaram Prabhu was sharing how all greatly saintly people are going towards north. Nice,
Badrinath,
yeah.
yeah.
We missed all of you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Chandra Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hare Hare Bol. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.